Hi folks, and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm here with my Mercedes ML-Class W164 chassis vehicle, and today we are going to be replacing the Windows control module in the driver's door with a new module which I purchased off of Amazon. So we are replacing the module in the driver's door because the switch which locks out the rear windows has broken. Now, if you've just got a switch that's broken on this module, it's a really easy replacement. I've done a video on that. I'll put a link to that video because in that scenario you don't actually need to replace the whole module like we're doing today. So let's check out the parts and tools required to do this job. So as I said in the beginning, I purchased a replacement module off of Amazon for a fraction of the price by comparison if you purchase the unit from Mercedes. And I'll put a link in the video as to where you too can purchase this module. Then we need either a T20 and a T30 torque driver. We've got a flat screwdriver. Then you will need a pointing device. You can use a biro if you don't have a pick like that. I've got a set of pliers which we might need. Some cardboard just to protect the door trim as we're removing that. And then I've actually got a trim removal tool here. It's actually part of a kit which you can purchase off of Amazon, but I'll put links in the video to all of these tools as well. So let's get into this job and get this module replaced. So the first thing that we want to do is to remove our door lock unlock switch, and to do that we're going to press both the lock and unlock buttons at the same time, and then we can just see there's this little bit of plastic in the middle which sticks out, so we want to grab that and pull that out. Now if we can't grab that with our fingers, that's where we just grab a pair of pliers, come in and grab it with the pair of pliers and just pull that out. And then that whole module will come out. So what we want to do now is to remove this ribbon cable from our door lock switch. Now to do that, you see that little hole there? We use our pick in that hole. So we just push it in there and then we just release that clip. Once we've released that, we can then pull that ribbon cable out just like this and remove the switch completely. And then with that switch removed, let's take this T30 screw out. But we also need to remove this silver panel along here to expose some more T30 screws. So that's where we use our cardboard and our flathead screwdriver. I'm just going to use the cardboard just to protect that trim piece so we don't scratch that all up. Get the screwdriver in there and then we can just work our way along, and you heard that pop then, so that's just going to slowly pop off all of those connecting trim pieces. That's actually holding that on there. Just come along just really easily and pop that off. So then with that silver trim piece removed, it's just a matter of going in and removing a T30 screw here and another T30 screw here. And I've just put my T30 bit on a bit of extension so I can make it all the way in down to the screw. Next we need to remove this speaker at the top of the door. It's really a tweeter, but we're just going with our flathead screwdriver and let's just pop that out at the top there. And now that should just lift up and out, just like that. So as expected, there is a little electrical connection here. So let's just use our punch tool once again just to release that electrical connection there. So the next thing we're going to do is to use our trim removal tool just to remove the entire trim piece. I've got my little bit of cardboard once again just to protect the paint of the vehicle, so just slide that in there and we'll get our trim removal tool in and start working our way around. We just want to be really careful not to break any of the lugs. So now that we've got all of those panel trim clips released from all around the door trim, you can see the door trim just flaps, and we should be able to just lift it straight up because now it's just resting in the gutter of the window. So just flex it out and just lift it up and off just like this. And then the whole panel should just come off. Now, we do need to be careful at this stage because we still do have electrical connections connected, plus also the door opener. You can see straight away that the lock mechanism has popped out. So we'll just bring you around and show you how to release the electrical connectors now. So we can see the electrical connectors in here. So we just come in and release those. The blue one's on the front and the green one's on the rear there. And then we do the same for the blue one. So then the final thing to do to get the door trim off is to release the door latch. So just pull that back like that, lift the cable out, and then take that out, and then the door panel is completely removed. So we can see that the window control module is actually in behind this sound deadening material. So let's just carefully cut, just to cut in here. We can see this sound deadening material is actually securely held in a number of spots. So let's just carefully cut in along this bottom one here, this section here. Just careful that we're not cutting any ribbons or anything. Just so that we can get good access into the window control module. So you can see that's got that fully exposed now. We'll just cut along just a little bit further there. So now we can see that module fully. So we can see it's got that electrical connection. So let's get that out first. Just use our little punch there just to release that connection. That's out the way there. Just looking at the new door module here, you can see it's got a couple of clips and it's actually got 3 holes. However, I do believe it's only got 2 T20 screws in on either end. We can see there's those couple of T20s. So take that one out there. So you can see that second one right in under those cables there. So let's get our screwdriver in there. It really is a bit tight on the access. Get that screw out there, just like that. And then we should be able to release the couple of clips. On the new module, you can see it's just got that tab and the tab down this end, which we just need to flex those on the old module, just enough to pop it out. And then we can flip the entire door panel over, and then with that top one released, we can just hopefully just slide that entire module out, just like that. Now, just for reference, folks, whilst this vehicle is a right-hand drive vehicle, the part number that has come out of this vehicle is actually a A251-830-0090. And you can see it's this button right down the bottom, which is actually broken on this part. But if we compare these two parts, they look absolutely identical in nature. Really, the only difference is the replacement from Amazon doesn't have a Mercedes part on it. So let's get this one installed, folks. So the installation really is just the reverse. So get the replacement module and just push that straight in till it clicks into place like that. And then we will turn our door panel over. Let's first of all get the rear screw in that we took out first. And let's get the screw in the front. And then let's get the connection back in. So just get that in just like that. And then we can fold back down that sound deadening material. So thinking about this sound deadening material where I cut it, I've just got a bit of string and tied that up in a couple of places. And then I've just poked the electrical connections up through the original hole which they came out. Then to reinstall the door panel, we've got all of these trim connector pieces there. There's 10 of those yellow connectors. You got the gutter rail, make sure that goes in the window gutter. You've got the door opener to be reconnected, and of course these two electrical connectors to be reconnected as well. So the first thing is to reconnect the door latch, and we simply drop that cable in just like that to start with. Then we can pull that back like that, drop the cable in, and then just slide it in. Now the main thing at this point is just to test that's going to work. So quick test like that shows that it's all connected properly. So the next thing to do is to reinstall those electrical connectors. So we can start with the blue one there, and they'll just plug straight in just like that. Then we can get the green one installed right alongside of it, installed just like that. And then it's a matter of getting the door lock knob into position, and then whilst that's in position we need to get the gutter rail up in here with the door trim. So now that we've got the door trim in nicely, let's get this T30 screw in here where that unlock switch came out. Just get that done up nice and tight to start with, and then we can push in the rest of the door panel around on those clips. So then we can pop our T30s in here where they came out here. So just get those in now. And the one over here as well. And then we can get this trim piece back on, which we took off earlier. That's just going to click back into those spots there. We need to reconnect our door unlock lock switch. So just plug that back in like that and give it a quick test. Perfect. And then we just need to slide that back into position. Just push that ribbon cable back into the door, and then just press that little tab in the middle in. So next we need to reconnect our tweeter speaker. So just put that in there just like that and push it until it clicks. There we go. And then we can rotate that around and into position. Just drop that in like that, and then should be able to just click everything into position. Too easy. So then the final thing to do is to actually test our new module. So let's switch the ignition on. Let's start with this window here. We can see that's rolling up really nicely, and can go back down, put that back up. Let's check the window on the other side of the vehicle. Yep, we can see that one's rolling up just fine. And then let's test the windows at the rear of the vehicle. So rolling the back window down. Perfect. And the one on the other side. Yep, we can see that's going down as well. And then back up on the other side. Back up on this side. So we've now got our rear windows working as well. And just quickly while we're here, let's just check that our mirrors actually still move. Yep, our mirrors still move. And I'll check the one on the other side. And that one's working perfectly well as well. So there you go, folks. We've got our new module in. Let's just check the child lock actually works on the rear windows. I can still control the windows. However, can the kids at the rear? Nope, they're completely locked out. We'll switch that off, and then the rear windows at the back will roll down and up as well. So perfectly good module in there now, folks. So there you go, folks. That's how to replace a faulty window door control module on the driver's side of your ML-Class W164 chassis vehicle. As you saw here, rather than going with a genuine Mercedes OEM part of, I'm going to guess, at least $1,000 plus whatever Mercedes would choose to install, I've gone with an Amazon replacement at just a mere fraction of the cost, and you too can do it yourself. So if you have liked this video, do like and subscribe to the channel. Comment down below, it's truly appreciated. And in the future, if you're interested in DIY maintenance and servicing on your Mercedes, there's a whole series of videos on this vehicle, but also on the channel we feature the Audi A3, we've got the Mazda 3 and the early Ford Falcon, as well as a bit of DIY and general maintenance around the home. So if you're interested in any of that content, then do subscribe to the channel. But until next time, have a good evening.